Good morning. I hope it's a good morning for you guys. Let's see, we've got a few people that have joined us. Good morning, Brenda. I'm glad you're here too. Exciting to get some Maymentum. That's a new word. Let's call it Maymentum. Yeah, but it's going to work for every month into the future. So, for those of you that are seeing my mug for the first time or joining us for the first time, I'm Kurt Beavers from Lake Oconee, Georgia. And I have been in this amazing industry of being an entrepreneur, working from home. It didn't take COVID to get me working from home. Our industry, our business was invented is the original work from home business. And we get to be together and talk about how can we live life better, be more productive, give more of our time, energy, and resources to what God has called us to do versus what most of my friends in the world around me does is they work to create a paycheck. They don't work to create a life. And we want to create a life. So good morning, June. Good morning, Karen. Love to know where you're calling from this morning. If you joined us, just jump in there. I think if we work hard, this online community that we have is not going to replace a hug or being in Branson together or being in the Blue Ridge Boot Camp together or being somewhere where we can be face to face. But you know what it does do? It allows those of us that love and care about each other, that are on the right, same path, same mission, and feel called. What it lets us do is it lets us connect where we wouldn't be able to connect. Because anytime you do a call like this, and then that didn't even count the replays, there are people from all over the country, all 50 states, Canada usually, and Mexico, and some parts of Europe even join us too, and Australia. They don't necessarily join us live because of the time difference, but we're going to try and do our 20 minutes this morning instead of 30. I'm going to be really faithful to try and get that done. Good morning, Carol from Athens. Good morning, Lydia. Who else have I not told hello to? Glad you're here. But here's the deal. If you didn't do it yesterday, you can go in and grab this real quick. It's a little workbook you can use. Good morning, Rusty from New Mexico. I bet you might be on a horse doing Zoom. Rusty and Joe have a horse equestrian farm. It's beautiful. Rusty, have you ever done Zoom from your horse? I've done it from my tractor, but I've never done it from a horse before. Um, so download your workbook, makealife.com/BYE 2025. You can go there, grab it. And it just gives you some things, maybe kind of a guideline to work from as we go through these momentum mornings. And what I'm trying to do is help you get in the habit of kickstarting your day. It'd be kind of like, I saw somebody the other day. It's supposed to be good for your health, I hear, better than like caffeine and stimulants. You know how a boxer gets knocked out or a football player passes out from a big hit? Well, when I was growing up, they just used to use smelling salts. They put that ammonia under your nose and you wake up really quick. Well, people are doing that. I'm doing some more research. I've seen that people are doing that now for their health. They get fired up to go, you get to jumpstart, to launch them to go seize the task. I don't know. I just can't imagine just sniffing ammonia regularly is healthy. I don't know how often they're doing it, but I'm going to do some research on that. But grab that worksheet. If any of you know about people using smelling salts to get them going, I would love to just hear the philosophy behind that. Hey, Terry, how are you? But download your workbook. You can have that handy. And I'm going to go here to the next slide. So here's our plan for our momentum mornings. And we're going to jump in. We're going to get fueled up. We're going to start our engines. I added a P, if you didn't notice. And we're going to leave here by putting the pedal to the metal, okay? So every morning I do this. And you know what? If in these 5 days, if I didn't do anything but get those of you that join us, good morning, Diane. Good morning, Terry. Those of you that join us to have a regular quiet time in the morning, you know what? It would change your life for eternity. Honestly, it could change your life, not for the dot in time that you're going to be on this earth, but if these 5 days did nothing but make you want to wake up and fuel up with what God wants in your tank for the day, I would have accomplished a lifetime mission that would just bless my soul. So let me share with you what I dug into this morning and how I think it applies. Because I'll say one thing first. As we're filling up, And I was thinking about momentum today. Um, I was thinking about why some people have momentum and some don't. Let me ask you guys a question real quick. How many of you, which category would you fit into? And you can do one, two, or three, okay? So category one would be, I don't really think I've ever been involved in something where I was leading the way, where I had momentum. Like you've wanted it, you've tried to get it, but you don't really feel like you've ever had the wind behind your sails. You don't ever feel like you've had the snowball at the top of the mountain and you were riding it down the hill. You've always felt like you were just pushing. How many of you are in that category? You've never really felt momentum. Number two, how many of you have had momentum and lost it? You know what it feels like and you want it back more than anything. That'd be number two. And number three, how many of you feel like you're in a place of momentum and you want to grow it and take it to a higher level? So never had it and lost it would be a two. And three would be I've got it, but I want it to grow and go way bigger than it is right now. Okay. So Terry says two. Love to see those comments. So here's what I dug into this morning. Why do some have momentum and some don't? And I was in Proverbs today, and God just put these two verses in front of me. Oh, I got to tell y'all one thing. If you're like a Bible study nut and like to do word studies, I have bought the coolest software. Actually, I've subscribed to the coolest software. It's Logos software, and it's the best Bible software. They've brought artificial intelligence into the studying the Bible. It's the coolest thing. Go do a free trial of Logos software for your phone, iPad, or computer. It's amazing. I just got my pastor turned on to it yesterday. All right. The two verses that got me this morning, and they are Proverbs 14:23, and that verse is, I wonder if I can show you guys. I guess I don't have any way to do that, do I? Let me see. No, I was going to show you the verse, but I'll just read it to you. So Proverbs 14:23 says this: in all toil there is profit. So in all toil there's victory, success, but mere talk tends only to poverty. In all toil, let's change the word toil into something we might say every day. I don't use that word every day. In all hard work, in all work, there is profit, but mere talk tends only to poverty. A lot of people don't have momentum, never had it, lost it, or can't sustain it, whichever the three categories you're in, because your talk is so much bigger than your walk. Proverbs 14:23, in all work there is profit. So in hard work, there's success. But if all you do is talk about it, study about it, read about it, tell others to do it, try to be a leader from the tower with a whistle like a coach, but you're not on the field playing the game, it leads to poverty. It leads to no momentum, lack of momentum. Okay? That's Proverbs 14:23. My second verse I've got for you this morning is Proverbs 13:4. Very similar in meaning. It's one of the themes in Proverbs is the sluggard, the lazy, and the diligent and wise person. Proverbs 13:4 says, the soul of the sluggard, the soul of the sluggard, the soul of the lazy, the soul of the sluggard craves and gets nothing. The soul of the lazy wants, he craves, but he gets nothing. While the soul of the diligent is richly supplied. So read it one more time. The soul, the embodiment, the completeness, the whole being of the sluggard, the lazy person. They want and desire momentum in our case. They want and desire success, growth, but they get nothing. While the soul, the embodiment, the fullness of the person that's diligent, that works hard, is richly supplied. They're successful. Okay, so let's I'm gonna put those two verses down, and let's just talk for a minute about that. I want you to fuel up every day with stuff like that. So what if you were encouraged by that? Maybe, you know what? Maybe the word for you is, I need to talk less and do more. Maybe I need to watch less Zooms and be more engaged. Maybe if I've got the option of 10 Zooms this week to talk and listen, or I've got the opportunity to get on 5 three-way phone calls to share what's going on in our business with someone that could be a customer, that could be a new team member, maybe that's a more wise use of my time. And that would exemplify working hard versus just talking, or that would exemplify being diligent versus being lazy. So the lazy are not going to have momentum, and those that are just talkers and just doers are not going to have momentum. So if you're in one of those categories, or maybe you need to make a mid-course correction, maybe you need a little bit more focus on the activity instead of just the how-tos. Okay, think about that. That's your fuel for the morning for the day. Okay, so now let's talk about that was how we fueled up. And now let's talk about starting our engines, okay? And we're going to have to redo our worksheet because I added a P. Those of you that were on yesterday, what P did I add? Do you know? Pebbles, people, places, and plan. I added places, okay? So this is your worksheet. You can add places on there. And I don't know if Trey has joined us this morning. He might be on here, or Beth might be on here. But if it's not pedal, Terry, it's places. Good guess. So pebbles, people, places, and plans. So let's walk through this a minute. I want you to take a minute. I'm going to give you a minute after I go over this. Pebbles, that's your rocks. And you need to go watch. I'll try and get a link to give you tomorrow so you can go and watch John Maxwell walk through the big rocks talk. But you need to do the big rocks, the important things first, or the little things will get in the way. The little rocks will get in the way of the big rocks getting done, okay? So I want you to make a list early in the morning. I want you to decide what are the non-negotiables you're going to tackle today. So in a minute, I want you to do that. Who are the people you're going to interact with today? I want you to identify who you're naturally going to come across today. Who are the people that if you just go do life, you get in your car, you go get laundry, Ace Hardware, aerobics, pickleball, golf, Bible study, picking up kids, doctor's appointment, massage, whatever you're going to go do today. Who are you going to come across that you're going to have a conversation with, and decide, be intentional about that conversation. Just don't forget 80% of all sales occur after the 5th conversation. So don't try and close them. If it's the first conversation, you'll run them off. Okay. And then who are you going to have a 3-way? I mean, you ought to have at least one 3-way call a day. I mean, somebody that if I bring somebody on board and they're really wanting to build a business fast, we're after 3 to 5 3-way calls a day. Okay. You need to be doing at least one. So try and, 5 a week maybe, but just one a day. It could be a customer asking a question that you want to bring in an expert, whatever. Who are the people you're going to get on a 3-way phone call today? Who are the people in your downline already that you're going to call them and get them to order a partner success box? I want to add places to this because what I wanted to do is I wanted to talk to you for just a minute about a few things. There are things coming out. Now, this happens to be a virtual one, but I put places because I didn't have a P word for event. So that what I want you to focus on for the day is what events do you either need to calendar or schedule, or what events are you going to be a part of today? This is the kickoff call for May, which I think is super cool, all the amazing stuff the company's doing. But I thought you might want to see these dates. These were in, gosh, that's not fitting. Let me go to a different slide here so I can let you see everything. Let's see if we can get it all. Wow, I need to get rid of that. Okay, so can you see that right there? I'm going to make it bigger for you. And move it over here. Sorry, that was not big enough when we started. There you go. All right, so that is, those are upcoming dates that I would like for you to think about. Let's call those places you can be to build your business. But I would like for you to make sure, number one, in your kicking off today, I want all those in your calendar. And I want you to tell as many people on your team and potential prospects that you can about that. Now, look at the one on May 15th. This is the one right here. That one right there that I just highlighted, that is the one that the May 15th call, that's for prospects. Who are you going to invite to that? To find out about Reset 25, our new program for the month. Now, none of these links are live on the screen, but you can go to your Insights email that you got yesterday. It's amazing. It's on the hub. They will be updated on boards very soon. I don't know if all this has made it to boards yet or not, but I wanted you to know about that. And also, this is the reset. This is the reset offer that's going on. They can get 30 Illuminate, 2 15-packs Illuminate, and either vanilla or chocolate complete with a trio order. And I know you're going to, first question you're going to ask, can they do superfoods? No, superfoods was last month's special. Superfoods are still kicking butt and taking names. This is a capsule. We're doing the reset that we did before. I talked to Mitra. She's going to have some great training, so just be ready for that. Where's that training slide again? Right there. So, and then the reset training call. So, reset recruiting call the 15th, training call the 22nd. Okay, I'm going to get off of this slide, but that was our Momentum Mornings places update for you guys so that we could focus on that for a minute. So I want you to take just a minute and then plan. What are you going to do to implement these things? What is your plan for the day? What are you going to, this will get you excited. What is your work hard, play hard strategy for the day? The reason I get up at 4:30 and go after it, have my quiet time, fill my engine, start my engine, and I go, is so that I can play hard in the afternoon. I got lots of playing I want to do. I've got plans for today with pool and lake and pickleballs and golf clubs and tractors and I don't know what else I'm doing. I got to get up on a ladder and fix a shutter, a cedar shutter that a bird knocked down. Anyway, all kind of stuff. I got things I need to do, but I got to work hard before I can play hard. Okay, so work on that for like 2 minutes. I'm gonna give you 2 minutes. Work on it, and then I want you to come back and tell me one thing you wrote down that you're going to do today, non-negotiable. Go. This is kind of like it's not your live power hour, it's your power 3 minutes. Let's do one more minute. I don't even know. Silence just kills me. Does anybody just can't stand silence? Oh, Brenda's ahead of the game. Brenda's got 5 new conversations, 5 follow-ups with 5 canceled customers to talk to them about superfood. Great. Terry, follow up with 2 prospects. I've got my list for today, but I did get my 5 partner success boxes shipped to my key team members yesterday that I wanted to get shipped. That was one of the things on my list. Carol's got a lot of playing to do today, but she's already done her big rocks, dropped off superfood samples, dermatologist, created flyer for Zoom. That's good. Layla, invite 10 more people to my party next Thursday. Okay. Who's going to invite people to the reset prospect call? All right, we're going to be done with that. We got to keep moving. We're going to honor our time commitment here. We're already almost up. Okay, the final phase of our Momentum Mornings. Remember, we got fuel up. We fueled up. Diligence, hard work, not lazy. Do it. Don't just talk about it. We talked about pebbles, people, places, and plan. We talked about getting going, and pedal to the metal is the last step. Pedal to the metal. I want you to leave this call, and I want you to take the next. I want you to do this morning. I want you to get these things done so that you can play hard this afternoon and play hard and have an amazing weekend. Because we're taking off tomorrow and Saturday, tomorrow and Sunday. We'll be back 10:30 a.m. on Monday, right here, same time, same place, same bat channel. But you have to launch. You have to decide to do it. Do you need an accountability partner? Who do you need to get hooked up with on Voxer that says, hey, I'm doing my momentum mornings, and I need somebody to make sure that I just, I got it. I'm ready, but I need to launch every day. So will you hold me accountable to doing that? Do you need that? Maybe you do. I don't know. Okay. Tomorrow you're off. Enjoy your Saturday. Have an amazing first Saturday in May. It's beautiful. Um, do something fun. Get outside and move around. Don't sit in a chair and rot. Tomorrow, get out and do something. And we'll be back together Sunday. Have an amazing day of worship, your Sabbath, however you do that. And then Monday, we'll be back on the 5th together and we'll celebrate Cinco de Mayo. Maybe somebody can bring a virtual taco for us to have for breakfast, a breakfast burrito. We can virtually have that together. Oh, maybe somebody has, this doesn't sound very good. Maybe somebody has a complete smoothie recipe that's with salsa and jalapenos. I love salsa and jalapenos. I'm not quite sure how that would go in a smoothie. But Monday is Cinco de Mayo. We'll be back together again at 10:30. See you then. Have an amazing day. I hope you get off to a good start, okay? See ya.